Yeah, they come in talking sports and yes, they talking anime. Entertainment out here too, you know them boys, they do not play. Tweaking out if they ain't on your playlist every day.
Yeah.
Right. Tap and listen to
Hey, okay, now it's time to conversate. Same convo on your airways. Yeah, they came to entertain and yes, they talking anime. And they coming with the sports, they changing lives in major ways. You is tweaking out if TACA in your playlist. Hey, if you come and listen, then you listen to the best. They not worried about the others, cause they better than the rest. Kenny, Carlil, Bomb, but they put the others to the test. New episode flow, now tap in to see what is next. Yeah.
Welcome back. This is the same convo with your same host, Kenny, Carlil, and Bomba. And this is the podcast we talk everything sports, anime, and media entertainment. And this is the sports segment. So, gentlemen, there's been a lot going on lately in both sports worlds. Let's start with football. Let's start with the most recent news first, right? Tom Brady has retired again.
Finally. For good this time. Finally. I don't want to see him on the field ever again.
Well, I was going to leave it to my question. I could say, do you think he did the right thing with retiring for good this time? Or do you think he had another season or two in him?
He didn't. After this past season, it's like the first time. It's like the first time he retired, the season he previously played, he put up some great numbers. He got that team to the playoffs, and they performed well in the playoffs up until the very end. After this season, it's like you got to hang it up, old man. You know, he just was not. He did not look like Tom Brady. You know, he wasn't even performing the best out of some of the top quarterbacks, in the league. So I think, he should have hung it up last year, but I think it's probably a perfect time to hang it up. He didn't have a successful season. He didn't do anything spectacular or anything like that. So, yeah.
That man went out like Yagami. He did. He really did. Like, he went out really sad. He could have just retired last year, and it would have been great. Everybody would have been like, Tom Brady the GOAT, but you just came just to add a little dirt on your name. No, we didn't need that. That was stupid.
Man said he went out like Yagami. Me personally, Tom Brady, I wouldn't take that type of disrespect. That's just me.
So I got a question. The Buccaneers didn't have Gronkowski this season.
Facts.
Do y'all think Tom Brady needs Gronkowski to be as successful as he's been?
No, because if you know the common theme around Tom Brady, yes, he's had playmakers around him. Thank you. No, it's okay. We're fine. Yes, he's had playmakers around him, but he's been known to create those playmakers. He's been known to have less talented wide receivers perform well, And so I don't think him not having Gronkowski made a difference. And Gronkowski, he's good, but he's not. I don't know. He's not Travis Kelce.
He's not going to make that much of a difference until they just start winning like that.
There's an argument that all time Gronkowski is a top 5 tight end.
And it's like, for sure. But it's like, as far as is he what Travis Kelce is producing now, is Gronkowski going to produce that for me? Like in that season? I don't think so.
And Rob is old.
Gronk is old, but what we can't do is gloss over the fact that Gronkowski is one of the most dominant tight ends that the league has ever had.
But you feel like he would have been the same this year?
We don't know. We didn't get to see. Gronkowski
just based on what you see last time you seen
it. We can't forget the last season that Gronkowski did play. He was doing work. Besides his injuries, when he was on that field, he was a problem still.
And I personally feel like retirement, there is a reason why people retire. It's because your body's not allowing you to do that thing anymore. And maybe that's what he's starting to realize, because he came out of retirement and was playing too. But then now I'm hanging it up for good. I feel like his body, and he's been somebody that's been advocate for like CBD and stuff because he has pain in his body all the time.
You can argue he could have played for longer, but he even said himself like he's not as focused on the game as other people that are. Of course, like Rob Gronkowski, him with his experience and his talent level, he's going to make some noise on the team. But he knew himself that he didn't have the same focus as other top tight ends in the league. And so, like I said, if you would have had Rob, I think y'all would have did the same thing because it's like you got Rob Gronkowski, but Tom Brady as your quarterback still isn't producing how he needed to produce. So I don't think it would have made that much of a difference.
Well, what about injuries? And Chris Godwin was hurt for a lot of the season. AB's gone, and Mike Evans just wasn't producing like this. What about that?
It's like I understand that, but there's also a bunch of clips and highlights from not even you got to call them lowlights at this point from Tom Brady's game this season where he's overthrowing receivers, he's underthrowing receivers. Like Tom Brady himself with a team. A good team that's going deep in the playoffs, you have to have a good, accurate quarterback. That was not Tom Brady this year. No matter who he had as a wide receiver, if he was, just throwing on-point balls, he was on top of his game the whole season, then you could probably blame the receiving core. You could probably blame the offensive line. But at the end of the day, he just didn't perform up to the level he was supposed to.
Yeah, connect that all this season.
Okay, so my last question regarding Thomas Brady. This man lost his whole family to play football just to do this. This man lost his wife and kids.
That is not funny. It's not the Carlo.
He didn't lose his kids. He's just about to become a weekend dad, Kenny. Don't do that.
A weekend dad? Let's just put it out there. We know before he decided to come out of retirement, him and his wife probably had a heated discussion. Passionate discussion, like if you go back out there and you're choosing football over us, and if you do that, I'm gonna leave you. Or maybe we're all wrong, and maybe they had already been having the struggles because his career has been almost 30 years.
Like 25.
I'm exaggerating, of course.
23 to 25, yeah.
Maybe they've already had issues because he's already proven to be the GOAT. He's got money, he's got all the rings and everything. He's got all the accolades. What else did he have left to prove? So they might have already been, getting into it anyway about the length of his career. But which do y'all think it is?
As far as
Tom Brady and his family, do you think as far as it was like she was like, all right, if you go back to football, I'm leaving you, or something that's been building up, just getting more tired of the longevity of his career?
I mean, there's been reports, in past seasons where, towards this point, he's at the tail end of his career. His wife thought it wasn't safe for him at his age to be playing and taking the hits that he was taking. So I definitely think, these past few seasons has probably been something.
Taking hits. Tom Brady is the most protected quarterback in NFL history.
As I was saying, even though he's most protected, like you take hits, like you 45 years old, bro, and you got Aaron Donald breathing down your neck. Like what?
And you can't run.
And you can't run. So as I feel like these past few seasons has definitely probably been a discussion, which led to, them ending their marriage. But at the end of the day, it's like you got to commend that man. He stuck to his guns. Like, he as a college prospect, he was undervalued, going from high school to college. He performed well at the University of Michigan. Yes, sir. But then coming from Michigan to the NFL, like he looked out of shape compared to other quarterbacks. He wasn't taken really high. And so nobody expected him to be this great. Nobody expected him to have this much of an impact, not only on the teams that he's played on, but the game of football itself. So, at the end of the day, I feel like he even said in his retirement video today, he said, at the end of the day, I have no regrets. I mean, as long as you got no regrets, forget your wife. At least you got your kids still. They ain't going nowhere. So, I don't think his kids are mad at him for anything that he did.
Well, I mean, I feel like the reason why people speculate is because we all can understand how she could possibly feel, especially with what intrudes. It's like, you're old, dude. Like, hang it up. And then he did not. He decided to come out of nowhere. Like, we genuinely thought he was done. And for him to just pop out and just be like, I'm going to try again one more year when you know how your body feels, what your odds are, and it's not necessarily going to be pretty. And it was not pretty. But he did what you did. He did what he did, and that was his choice. Me personally, I'm going to sprinkle a little AB in there. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say.
Oh, man. Oh, man. All right, my last question. I said the last was my last question. But this is my real last.
You're a menace.
This is my real last question as it regards to Tom Brady. We talked about the next quarterback GOAT. I'm ready to hang my hat on Patrick Mahomes.
Man, if y'all don't get out of here with Patrick Mahomes, you know who's the next quarterback coach? That damn Baker Mayfield. You feel me? I'm just playing. Everybody.
You wish.
I'm sorry.
What I'm saying is it's got to be okay. I, for one, don't believe any quarterback in the league is making accurate, powerful passes that he does on the run. Not to mention, in the middle of him getting sacked, he can still get the ball out of there accurately.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of another GOAT called Ben Roethlisberger. But if we gotta pick one, it is undoubtedly right now Patrick Mahomes. In the 5-6 years he's been in the league, nobody has accomplished what he's accomplished this fast, and he might, by not this Sunday, but next Sunday, be a 2-time Super Bowl winner in his first 5 to 6 years. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Somebody got to disagree.
Oh, is it going to be you? What you going to say, Lamar Jackson?
It's Big Bambi with the ball. But no. I think that right now, you got to pay attention to two specimens. And like Carlos said, Lamar Jackson, if that nigga comes back healthy, it's still a problem. 2, Jalen Hurts. I feel like there are the only 2 quarterbacks in this league right now that can throw and run the ball at an incredibly great, rate, I would say. So I feel like, yeah, Patrick Mahomes can throw the ball. That's great and all, but that's mainly his game. But now these boys, you've seen the difference they've been making. And it has been shown. It has been, it matters in this league when you can do that. Lamar Jackson, there's been times where he couldn't throw the ball to nobody. What he do? I'm going to run this shit. Did it work? Hell yeah, it did. I feel like as a quarterback, if you have somebody like him on your team, he just, can produce so much more. Whereas if Patrick Mahomes, most of his targets are injured, what are your options then?
I think Jalen Hurts will get more of an argument based on if he wins the Super Bowl this year and his follow-up performance next year. I think Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen are 3 quarterbacks, and I might be missing a couple others. But I think those are 3 solidified that can be in this argument based on their accomplishments thus far. I feel like Jalen Hurts, he had a spectacular season. He did. I feel like if he ends it with a Super Bowl, that adds to it. But even with the Super Bowl, I wouldn't put him in the conversation until what we see him do. If he can fight, he don't even have to win next season. But if he just follows it up with another spectacular performance, then I feel like he does deserve a spot in that conversation.
He's on the path there. That's what I'm trying to say, basically.
Because we're not experts, but you even have some experts that have already came out and said this man's the MJ of football.
Who's the MJ of football?
Jalen Hurts.
All right, so let's do one thing here. A key word that Carlil mentioned is accomplishments.
Mm-hmm.
However, other gentlemen that are in the conversation don't even have an accomplishment, except for Lamar, who has the MVP. Other than that, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts is fresh in the league. It's on his, second year? They have no accomplishments. I mean, he has one now, making it to the Super Bowl. But if he doesn't win it, his biggest accomplishment is getting beat by Patty Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
Because I feel like you said too, you're comparing this guy to somebody that's been here for how many years? 5.
No, don't get me wrong. But that's what I said. We got it before we can give Jalen Hurts as potential GOAT stats. He needs more than just 2 years in the league.
I don't think so. I disagree because I feel like as long as he's been on a course where he's amazing us, I can say that the argument is that eventually this guy can, because right now how he's been going, it's been great. The Eagles have found a quarterback. They have a team solidified around him. The Eagles ain't been like this before he came there.
The Eagles
That was
also
just 2 years.
the Eagles also haven't had an AJ Brown and Devontae Smith.
Fine.
Also, the Eagles this season have one of the best, statistically wise, have one of the best O lines in the league.
Yes, they do. All of that.
None
but
of
like
that.
I said, that still does not take away, because also the same argument. The same argument was the same argument for Kansas City for a while. Their team, they had a pretty good team, but that never took away from what Patrick Mahomes were able to do.
Patrick Mahomes has never. Okay, what I'll say is Patrick Mahomes has always had Tyreek Hill in him. That's it. There are, and Travis Kelce. I almost disrespected Travis Kelce. I'm so sorry. He's had Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce.
Juju.
Nothing.
What are you talking about?
Okay, I'll put it this way. Juju's on the Chiefs now, right? This man he doesn't even have X Factor or superstar ability on Madden anymore.
Go on, Kenny, with your point. My fault. Go on, Kenny.
My point is Patrick Mahomes has been Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and him. That's the full extent of their talent. Whereas the Eagles now have an O-line, which is more than one person, 2 receivers, and a quarterback, which they haven't had previous. And then you also forget this is a team that already won a Super Bowl before Jalen Hurts got there.
You was going to disrespect Miles Sanders? You was going to disrespect Miles Sanders like that?
Miles Sanders is decent, yeah.
What do you mean decent? That man's that man made Pro Bowl. What's up? That's a Pro Bowl running back.
Miles Sanders is a good running back. My point is, this is a team that's won a Super Bowl before. The Chiefs wasn't doing nothing until Patty Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Tyreek Hill got there.
Granted, they did win a Super Bowl before. What was it since that Super Bowl?
No.
Until Jalen Hurts got there.
How long ago was it? The Eagles just won.
I don't even remember. How long ago was it?
Eagles won within the past 10 years. The Chiefs have
what that got to do with nothing? Clearly, they could not win with their quarter. Who was their quarterback before?
They won with what's his name?
I'm not talking about who they won with. Who was their quarterback before Jalen Hurts got there, and where he at right now?
Their quarterback before Jalen was there was, I don't even know who it was, honestly.
They got him the fuck out of here.
Who was it? Is anybody know?
Exactly. You can't remember his name. He was good before. He's terrible now.
Carla, why are you saying Jared Goff? Jared Goff was on the Rams. We can't even hear you. You're muted.
How did you know I was saying Jared Goff?
I can read your lips.
I muted him. Someone said Jared Goff.
Skip everything we just said. My bottom line is, it is too damn early for this man to be in the same conversation as Patty Mahomes. That's way too early.
I think it's too damn early for people to be comparing him to Michael Jordan.
My question is, if you're putting Jalen Hurts in that conversation, can't our same argument be made for Joe Burrow, who made it to the Super Bowl last year?
Joe Burrow's different though. Joe Shiesty. That's Joe Shiesty. That's all. I was about. That's one of the people I forgot. That's one of the people I forgot with Josh Allen and them. Yeah, Joe Shiesty.
If you're gonna put Jalen Hurts in there, Joe Burrow has exactly.
Joe Burrow is like that. What's up?
That's what I'm saying. Joe Shiesty.
Well, I'm just saying. This is my thing. No, this is my thing, Kenny. This is my thing, and this is the argument. Joe Burrow is like that. But what I'm saying is, what I'm counting on for these specific 2 players that I said, they can throw the ball and they can run it. And I feel like that's one hell of a tool to have in today's game, because it's something that no quarterback want to get hit these days. You're not going to touch me.
But there are plenty of quarterbacks that can do that. Josh Allen.
Are they doing them like them?
Huh?
Are they doing it like them?
Josh Allen? Kyler Murray?
Yeah, he like that white boy. But are they doing it like that? No, they're not.
Kyler Murray.
I bet my money on Jalen Hurts and Lamar.
Kyler Murray might be faster than Jalen Hurts.
And he's shorter. What's up? They want to sack that.
What is that? Tyreek Hill shorter than Tyreek Hill is shorter and faster than everybody. So now what?
Now they're going to put him in the pocket. Jalen Hurts, Lamar.
Is based off what they have proved in the league to Patty Mahomes being to more than one Super Bowl and winning one of them already against who did he win against? Was it the 49ers? And only losing to Tom Brady? He's 1-1 right now, and his only one L is to the GOAT of GOATs.
Oh man, I don't hear it.
And Patty Mahomes is going back now. He's been to the Super Bowl 3 times in 5
Good
years?
question. Now, if Jalen Hurts beats Patty Mahomes, where would you side on that discussion now?
If Jalen Hurts beats Patty Mahomes, he has more of an argument. I'm still giving Patty Mahomes the edge because he's been there 3 out of the 5. Patty Mahomes has been to the Super Bowl more times than he has not already.
It's kind of like what I was saying earlier. Like, I think me and Kenny on the same wavelength. Like, if Jalen Hurts wins the Super Bowl, he still gotta he doesn't necessarily have to win again next year, but he has to just follow up his performance from this year.
Yes. He definitely has to follow up. And maybe some trades to see if he could do it with another team, like Patty's doing. He's doing with a different receiving core and different running backs. He's been to 3 out of 5 Super Bowls. He's about to put his performances, his accomplishments are on LeBron level track.
Whoa.
Okay. Back to your. I feel like I do agree. Next go. I feel like there's going to be competition for sure. But my pick is Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
Right? Why did I say roll? Like LeBron ain't like one of his big accomplishments isn't making it to the NBA playoffs. NBA finals all the time.
You're comparing 5 times to like what? Stop it.
I said on track. On track.
No, we don't do track. Until it's done, we said it. Until it's done and proven, it don't count. It's not on track. What I'm saying is,
I don't understand how 3 Super Bowl appearances isn't on track. And it's much harder to make it that far in football than it is basketball because you don't get 7 tries to win.
Fine, Kenny. Jalen Hurts is going to beat the brakes off of Patrick Mahomes, and then next year he's going to perform, and then we're going to change the narrative. That's what Big Baby said.
All right, now we done seen what Jalen Hurts does when he's starting in championship games. We'll see.
Stop it.
We'll see.
Stop it.
Don't say Jalen Hurts. You're a dog, bro. I'm just being funny. So I mean that kind of got into what I was gonna ask. Bomb, you got the Eagles for the Super Bowl then?
Yes, sir.
Carlil, you going with the Chiefs?
No, I ain't going with the Chiefs, dog. I'm going with the Eagles. You got to think the Eagles overall, like Kenny said, overall team, the Eagles got the better team. They got the better defense. Their offensive, they have 3 offensive linemen that made Pro Bowl. The offensive linemen, tough. I already talked about Miles Sanders. He made Pro Bowl, running back. Jalen Hurts is quarterback. Devontae Smith and AJ Brown. And Devontae Smith and AJ Brown, they stats kind of similar. AJ Brown has I would say the most separate edge would be touchdowns, but it's 11-7. AJ Brown with 11, and then Devontae Smith with 7. And then, like I said, on defense, they got 2 all-star cornerbacks also made Pro Bowl. You got Darius Slay, and you got Hassan Reddick. Darius Slay and James Bradbury. Hassan Reddick is their linebacker. And then you got Javon Hargrave at D tackle. He had 37 solos this year. Like, yeah, bro.
Can I make a comparison? That might be crazy, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
What's up?
Just off of this season alone, not career-wise, not just off of this season alone. Is AJ Brown having AJ Brown and Devontae Smith not like similar to having like Terrell Owens and Deshaun Jackson at the same time?
Say that one more time.
Is having AJ Brown as well as having Devontae Smith not kind of similar to having like a Terrell Owens and Deshaun Jackson at the same time?
Oh yeah, for sure. The way that they've been playing this year, for sure. For sure.
Like it's OD. Having a speedster and a solidified wide receiver 1, that is crazy.
It's not fair.
But that's all I want to say. I didn't know if I was going to catch a lot of backlash. Comparing AJ Brown and Terrell Owens is kind of crazy. But that's all I got for the sports segment. We hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave all your Super Bowl predictions down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Send it to your grandma. And we out of here.
Not me, Ma.